Hold on, what's this mean? That was a gun. How about this? Hey, Ed, thanks for coming. So, Vintners Series, December 2017.
17.
We've been in this building now for over a year.
That's all?
Actually, a year.
No, it's longer than that. No, it seems like it's like 2 years, but what do I know?
Well, I guess it will be 2 years in March.
Well, I wasn't far off. Anyway, here we are for the Vintners Series.
So you made a good point on the Classic Series thing about featuring, what was it, cream sherry 40 years ago?
Oh, 40 years ago, yeah. The sparkling wine was the Hans Cornell extra dry, and the sweet wine was the Savory and James cream sherry.
Okay, so I had a great conversation with Hugh Davies. Who's that? That's the son
of Jack Davies.
Jack Davies.
Yeah.
So he came up and we got a great chat. We were talking about some of the founding sparkling winemakers in Napa, of course, Hans Cornell being one of them, using Riesling.
Riesling was one of them, sure. Yep.
And his father's passion and how they started is great. He gave me a book, it's great stuff. But so back then in the club, you just signed up. You automatically got sparkling wine and dessert wine in December because it's for the holidays.
Right.
We had no problems with that because we could shake the guy's hand and say, by the way, in December you're going to get this, and they would say yes or no. But with the internet, people sign up and all of a sudden, well, we don't like sparkling wine. We don't like dessert wine. So now, as you will see soon, we put out a video on all the ports that we're bringing in, which we do very well with ports. People love port.
Port is a great drink, and it's a great value now. I mean, it's really a great value. I mean, I've been buying more ports because I've been seeing somebody that likes port, and they're great values. They're
you know what I did last night? My mother-in-law came over, and she says, "I'd like a sweet red." And I'm like, okay. So I go to that thing, and I was pouring for Sandra. I was pouring the Leaping Horse from the Classic.
Oh, that is so good.
And
God, I
but
love
it's
that
dry,
wine.
so I had a bottle of Ruby Port that I had opened.
Ta-da!
Yeah, and I put in like an ounce, and it was like great. She loved it.
Well, I'm doing a class.
And I got her hammered.
I'm doing a class on blending your own wine. First, we're going to take samples of Aqua wines, and then we're going to blend wines that are already on the shelf. Because people go, oh no, you can't do that. Well, why? Are the wine police going to break down your house?
Yeah, right.
I'm tasting this wine, and it's got too much of this, and this one's got too much of that. But you put them together, and they balance out.
I just got the complexity of this Merlot.
This is unbelievable. The Spellbound Merlot.
This is Michael Mondavi.
Yeah, Robert Mondavi. Rob Jr. And I don't understand how he's Rob Jr. if he's Robert Mondavi's grandson, but we'll just let that slide for now.
But it's fruit. There's fruit in the front, but that finish has got a wonderful balance of wood and
it's
whatever.
a California appellation, but don't tell me there's no Napa grapes in here, okay? Mm-hmm. Don't tell me that, because I don't believe it.
I asked you not to tell me that.
I don't believe it.
The finish is killing me.
Mm-hmm.
It's all Merlot in the front. You get this wonderful length and depth of
unbelievable
character.
wine. Really, really incredible bottle of wine.
That's $18.99 on the shelf if you bought it for the winery, but they're changing the label, and so you might see it out there, a new different label. But it's $8.99.
That is a killer bottle of wine for $9. I'm doing a 98. I mean. It's really. I mean, this is a great Merlot at any price. If you'd have told me this was $25, I'm not going to argue with you.
The complexity is blowing up. I forgot how good it was. And you'll see it out there. It's not like it's a restricted item.
Not a restricted item.
Okay, we're back to our friend. I have to go visit this area. I have not been to Lake County. Apparently, there's nothing to do there because there's not much.
I wouldn't know. I never went there because there's nothing to do there.
But I'm like, oh, give me a hotel room. They're like, I'm not sure we have a hotel in the area.
I don't know what these guys are doing, but everything I've tasted there, I poured their Petite Syrah for dinner a couple of nights ago. Everybody went nuts. I mean, they went absolutely crazy over that wine. And this Sauvignon Blanc is so complex.
There's something about the area that I don't know. The Lake County gets a cool breeze from the over the mountains from the ocean, but there's something very indigenous about the grape flavors. That less terroir, more grape, like the Petite Syrah. Man, it's not you. If you can't guess that's Petite Syrah when you taste it,
but these guys just do a fabulous job. I mean, everything I've tasted, everything we've featured of theirs, I have bought myself personally because they're just delicious wines.
And this Sauvignon Blanc is void of all the over grapefruit, void of the herbs. It's just great grape flavor.
It's got a little bit of everything, but nothing out of balance.
Right, that's right.
It's just a beautiful bottle of wine. Yeah. $18.99 on the shelf, $11.99.
Love the color. This is 2016.
Wait a minute. That's not
89.11.99.
Yeah, but the Spellbound Merlot
Must be backwards.
is backwards. Yeah, Spellbound Merlot is $11.99 reorder price. It's still a good price. Yeah. So the but this is
Where did I get
$8.99.
$8.99 for this? There's something wrong with that too.
I don't know. This is a Vintners Series.
Yeah, that's like a thing price. Well, it is what it is. It's really good, whatever it is, folks.
Yeah, whatever you pay for it, it's worth it. Okay, even if it's double. Wow, one thing.
97 for me.
Me too, absolutely. One of the things that I love about this wine is the complexity. There's so many things going on in the bottle,
And the grape flavors are there. I mean, what's interesting, like I said, it doesn't really grab the terroir, which we don't even know what that is necessarily in this wine.
Well, it's obviously it impacts the flavor of the wine. Now, this wine, holy mackerel, this wine just really knocked me out. I mean, because first of all, it's Salice Salentino, and I remember
Riserva.
35 years ago. All right, Salice Salentino was one of the cheapest wines in the world. I mean, you could buy Salice Salentino for $3. Okay.
Really?
And it was good, kind of dirty tasting, comes from southern Italy, and they didn't have exactly the most hygienic vineyards or wineries in the world. But over the years, Salice Salentino has grown in popularity, and they've been able to raise the price, and they've been able to make better wine. This wine is
one of the best I've had.
It is the best I've had. I've never tasted one this good before.
And you get it for $18.99, no, $20.99 on the shelf, which would make sense. At $12.99, I mean,
$12.99 is phenomenal.
It's a Riserva for one, and two, Salice, it can be like thin and insipid, too much acid. This is like one of the most balanced I've ever tasted. I forgot about this.
But it's got this beautiful
and the nose is like
fruit.
wild.
It's kind of like, it's almost cherry, and it's almost blackberry, and it's almost plum, but it's not any of those things. I mean, it's just got all this stuff going on.
I mean, seriously, that is one of these right here.
Yeah, and the noise.
Thank you. I chose this one. Yeah, that's right. Thank you very little. Thank you very little.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, come on. Are you from Egypt?
$12.99. No, you are.
My dad.
$12.99 on the shelf. I'm a 98 on this. I
agree.
I mean, I'm really
such a fun wine to have. I'm so thrilled. I forgot all about it.
I don't know how you could forget about a wine like that.
Well, stick around. I'll teach you.
Thank you.
Now, this is from.
This is crazy.
The new representative of Epic is a actress model who's turned Somm. She's got a Somm degree, and she was in like Wedding Crashers and a couple other things. She was even in a boxing ring. She was did a boxing thing. She actually boxed this one.
Really?
Yeah. But so she's doing a great job of bringing us some fun things. So this is Vin de Pays. So this is Chardonnay Sauvignon from the south of France, which is pretty interesting.
Right. I know. It was a pretty wild story. This guy has a pretty interesting background. He grew up in Bordeaux and worked in Bordeaux and Burgundy. And he worked at some high-profile wineries around the world. And then he bought this property in Provence. And I mean, why he makes Chardonnay and Sauvignon is beyond me. I mean, that's something
none
you
of those
find in
grapes
Australia.
are typically associated with the area.
No, none at all. That's I think the most important point. But it works.
Chardonnay by itself years ago when they'd bring me stuff from the Languedoc were terrible. And now here's one that's not only really good, it's blended with Sauvignon Blanc, which is not typical of the area, and the Frenchman blending the Burgundy with Bordeaux.
I know. I put that in a write-up. It's like, oh my God, what have we done?
Incroyable.
Terrible. And so anyway, it was. But who cares? I mean, we were just talking about that off camera. I mean, you taste 2 or 3 wines and you don't like any of them, but you put some of them together and all of a sudden you make something really good. I mean, and this is amazing.
$18.99, $11.99 on the shelf. Put it up against any $12 wine anywhere.
96 points here.
96. Hike.
And that's our show for today for the Vintners Series for the last
Is this from
month.
Cleveland, Ohio?
Huh? Cleveland? No. You're from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cheers.